guys, today me and Coco are going to do a product review. This is products that I make. I'm going to start doing a lot of product reviews of mine. I'm not selling this stuff on Etsy anymore. There's a whole controversy on that whole thing. I'll have to do a separate video for that. But I'm going to start promoting my website more. So I'm going to start doing a product review and then driving everyone to my website, and not so much on Etsy, because Etsy is pulling down all their pest control and don't allow any natural pest control anymore. It's regulated by the EPA, but they have an exempt list, and that's everything that I use. So I don't know why Etsy, I think they just don't want to get involved in any of that legalities. So after 10 years, they are now pulling that all down. I hope we can go back to selling it eventually. eBay's done the same thing. They're a little bit more lenient on it. Etsy's been really, really tough. But anyways, today we are going to be talking about a flea repellent that's a spot-on oil. Now, I do have a DIY Monday, do-it-yourself Monday, where you can make your own blend. It's very simple. I do sell this in my store if you want to purchase it from me. It works really, really well. Now, if you have fleas, it doesn't kill them. I do have videos on how to kill fleas and diatomaceous earth and all that stuff that actually kills fleas. But this stuff only repels them. It will not kill them. Now, it might drive them off. I've noticed when I put it on them around their neck area, if they've had fleas, the fleas won't go past their neck and onto their head. So it does completely repel them. But anyways, we're going to get into it. I'm going to talk a little bit about my ingredients and how to use it. Okay, so there's several different ways you can use this flea oil. One of the ways to do it, I make it in a 2 ounce and a 1 ounce. But one of the ways to do it is to just take a couple drips on your hand, and then rub it in, and then just start petting your dog. And oh, they love it, And it's very pleasant smelling, and it's all natural and outdoorsy smelling, so I've never had them dislike the smell. But that really does work. It works great before a walk or going out, on any kind of outing, and it makes them smell amazing. Oh, it smells so good. So that's one way of doing it, and you could do this once or twice a week or as needed if you're going to go out on a hike or a walk. Now, if your dog wears a collar, kind of around the clock and stuff, mine don't. They only wear their collars when they're going to go on a walk. And what we do for the collar is, if it is like a cloth collar, if it's like hard nylon, this wouldn't work, or, like a plastic, it wouldn't work. But if it's any kind of cloth collar, once a week through the summer months, I take a couple drips just down the collar like that, let it kind of soak in for a little bit, and then just put it on them. And this really helps keep them, like, a lot of times fleas jump on their paws as well, but they jump on their heads, especially going through brush and stuff. And this will really deter them. And it keeps the fleas and the gnats and ticks and things away from their ears. Now, it won't keep them completely tick-free. You're going to have to do other things for that, which I have videos on that as well for natural stuff. But ticks are a lot harder. They're not fleas are a lot easier to repel. But anyways, you can do it that way. That's my second favorite way of doing it. And then, now I sell these little bandanas. And I love this through the summer. Oh, they're so cute. But you can just get a little bandana. Now, you can go and buy a big bandana at Walmart and cut it down to the size that your dog needs or whatever, or fold it over. These are kind of medium size, I guess. They do fit my little dogs pretty good, but I fold it over a bunch and then just tie it on her like that. But before I tie it on her, I saturate this thing pretty good throughout the summer. I don't wash them unless they absolutely need it, and then I reapply. But even after you've washed them and dried them, they still have the smell, so that really holds the oil scent. But I do the same thing as the collar. I just kind of go down like that on the inside, so it's up against their fur, and then I just tie it on my dog. And anytime you have these tied on your dog, you don't want it very tight, and you definitely want to supervise. You don't want to leave them out in the yard and go somewhere or something. Or, I mean, you really, because, and you got to make it to where if they do get hung on something, it will slip off them easily. My dogs wear theirs really good. They don't really pull them off or anything like that. But if you need to, you know, tighten it up or something like that, just make sure that you're really watching them, because they could hang from this. So you don't want to do that if they got caught in a fence or something like that. I wish if I was a good seamstress, I would do these quick release, you know, on the bandana, but because I love a bandana on a dog, it's really cute. But my dogs just wear it when we're going outings, or, you know, they're with me or something. I don't just leave them unattended with their bandanas on. But anyways, that is how easy it is to kind of put it on. You can, like I said, get a little bit of it on your hand and kind of rub their legs a little bit and under their belly and do their legs, because you know, the fleas will definitely jump on their feet and their paws and stuff, and ticks get in their toes. Now, once you've done this, you'll want to go ahead and smell them. And I can really smell it all over her, and I can smell it on her paws and stuff. So we are definitely good to go out on a walk. And it's just amazing. You will not pick up fleas and ticks. You will not get anything all summer long if you just kind of real diligent about before you go out and do things. Now, you do got to keep your yard. If you have stray cats and dogs coming in your yard, they could be dropping off fleas. And while this will really help keep them, you might slip up, it might have worn off, and they might go out and pick up a flea and bring it back in. So you do have to kind of keep up on spraying your yard. I use Vet's Best. It's an essential oil blend, and it hooks to your hose, and I spray my yard and let it dry, and that works wonders too. And that does, even though it's just essential oil and it really just repels them, if there's fleas in the yard and you've sprayed them and got them wet, they actually die from that. So that works really, really well. But other than that, that is how we do it. I'm going to tell you what's in it. It's just my blend that I've come up with that I like, that I've used throughout the years. But I start with an olive oil base, so it's good for their coat. I just use a really good organic olive oil that's not, you know, it's not a cheap version. And I mean, you're not going to go through the 2 ounces very fast, or even the ounce, especially with a small dog. Now, my bigger dogs, I kind of do. So if you make this yourself, just use the better olive oil. And I use cedarwood oil, lavender oil, cypress oil, juniper berry oil. Juniper oil is different than juniper berry oil, and juniper oil can be toxic to dogs. And none of this can be used on cats. It's only for dogs. But juniper berry oil is very, very safe. So, and then cinnamon leaf. And you don't want to use just cinnamon oil, because that's very, like, burny. You know, it will burn them. Cinnamon leaf oil does not. It doesn't, it still has a tiny bit of heat, but it's not, I've put it all over my skin. It does not burn you in any way. And then the real kicker is geranium oil. That really repels the flies and the gnats and definitely fleas. Excellent stuff. But all these have, you know, really good properties of repelling. So it's just a really good synergistic blend, I think, that does that. And I've got instructions on here how to use it, and it is super easy. And it's I'll have all the directions on how to make it if you want to make your own, because it's very simple to make and it lasts forever. It's because a lot of these essential oils are preservatives. They're natural preservatives. So it's really hard for the olive oil to go rancid. It maybe after a year, I don't know. I've never used one after a year. I use them up too quickly. But they are super simple to make. And I sell these pretty affordable if you don't want to buy all the ingredients and you just want to buy from me. I've got plenty of customers who would do it that way. But if you're a DIYer like I am, I'm always taking pictures of ingredients, and because I have 13 dogs and it can be very expensive when I have to buy smaller amounts, and you know, I'm using it over all these dogs. So, and I have 2 Great Pyrenees, 200 pounds a piece. So you'd be going through a lot of oil with them. But I actually put this in a little spray bottle with a little bit of distilled water, and I spritz them down is what I do with them. And I'll do a video on that, because I do this with my horses and everything else. The little dogs, I like it. Real concentrated on them. And even my cattle dog who stays outside all the time, I do that with him too. But anyways, I just wanted to do a product showcase, I guess is what you call it, and let you know what I've got. And I'll be doing another one soon. We'll talk to you later.